Hello and welcome to our coverage of East Grinstead against Surbiton, the final home game for East Grinstead in the Women's Premier Division this season. And as everybody hopes for at the start of the season, there's still a lot riding on this one, with East Grinstead firmly in the hunt for that European spot that they crave. Currently sitting third in the league, 1 point behind Hampstead and Westminster, who they play next weekend in their final match of the season for what promises to be a thrilling wrapped this one up, but still a lot riding on it for East Grinstead. So they're going to be fully up for this one today. As ahead of me, the team's just starting to build up their warm-up preparations ever so slightly as we get closer and closer to pushback here, which is in just under 15 minutes time. So for those of you who may need a reminder, unfortunately it was not quite the trip down to Bristol that East Grinstead wanted last weekend, as they lost 3-1 to Clifton Robinsons, a team who, when I was last here covering a women's game, they beat 6-0. So slight change in fortunes in that one. But Sophie Bray continued her ridiculous goal-scoring form for the season, netting her 17th. Quirky stat: in all the times that these two sides have met in the Women's Premier Division, Sophie Bray has only scored once against Surbiton, but with 7 goals in her last 4 games, I'm pretty certain she's going to turn that one around today. Plenty of exciting talent to look out for in this East Grinstead team. Ellie Rhea, of course, not travelling with the England side to India as their games were cancelled. And same with Laura Unsworth, the two vastly experienced players still around and on hand as we build up into the last couple of games of the season and that fight for Europe. On the Surbiton side, they field, as ever, a very strong team, but they are not indomitable as they proved last weekend, with Hampstead coming away with an important victory for them in terms of the race for European places. That was Surbiton's first loss of the season, and while they find themselves 6 points clear at the summit, it's not quite guaranteed the title yet, but to be honest, the main focus today will be on what happens in the race for Europe. Hampstead, who are currently in second, are playing Beeston today. I think that game started at 2, so we'll see if we can find out what the score was from that and update you throughout the game. We'll be live and underway here at just before 4 o'clock, so make sure you stick with us.
and reliably. Focus. Powering your digital transformation.
So today, for the commentary, I am delighted to be joined by Tess Howard once again. First of all, Tess, how are you? I see you've been back on the pitch recently.
Thanks, Will. It's wonderful to be here. So this week I had my first week back at training, so that makes it 50 weeks, 11 and a half months of rehab, and now that's rehab for ACL recovery, and now I'm back, but not quite match level yet.
Is this the game you would like to be playing against Surbiton?
It's yeah. I definitely would love to be out there, but I just have to follow the advice of what my physios and my S&C guys are saying, and I mean it's always an incredible game. This time 2 years ago was right before the pandemic hit, and EG walked away with a 6-1 victory, and I was part of that, and it was absolutely incredible. At home, sun shining, so I hope the girls can pull it off today.
What's it like coming up against a team like Surbiton? Is that a game that you relish?
It's definitely one where you sort of rise to the occasion. I think EG have sort of perhaps gone into the last couple games of this, against Beeston and Clifton, sort of a little bit off on the back foot. But here, you have to come in with everything, high energy, high diligence on all of your basics, and I think we really rise to it. This is like the GB Holland match, if you know what I mean. Like it's the nail biting one.
And that race for Europe is so close as well, with 2 points separating 3 teams. East Grinstead right in the middle of that. I guess that must give them just that bit more motivation going into today's game.
Well, that's what I think. The European place up for grabs, without the playoffs, it means that every game counts, and that's what we've seen in the last sort of this half of the season with the top 6. Every game's counted, and it's created a really good culture where every team is fighting. Of course, EG will be out at the European Trophy this end of April. So, we want to make sure that we're there the next year, and that's what this match really is about for us.
We've got 3 players in the EG team today that maybe wouldn't have been here if international fixtures had happened. I guess that must be a massive boost as well to have Ellie, Alex, and Unzi available.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when we can't travel for various reasons as an international squad. But, the silver linings are in the club scene, and we want GB players to be available for as much of the club season as possible, because it helps create the very best hockey. And so today, both sides, you got Darcy Bourne and Liv, Sophie Hamilton on the Surbiton side, and Sabi, obviously, that would have been out there as well. So I think having the extra quality will just mean this game is just even more exciting.
You mentioned Darcy Bourne there, and since making her senior international debut back in February, she's gone goal-scoring mad, shall we say, in the league. But I know she's on the opposite team today, but I guess it must be nice to see a young sort of British player stepping up and bringing the league to life.
Oh, definitely. It's so refreshing. And Darcy actually joked with, I said, what's your secret? She said it's her banana porridge in the morning. So I said, you're going to have to make me some of that when I get back. But no, it's nice to see. I think it's the link up between Sophie Hamilton and Darcy Bourne here that's really electrifying the Surbiton team. And from selfish point of view, I can't wait to play with them, because they just have something really about them, and I think EG will have to watch out for that goal scoring threat in the D.
Yeah, let's just hope that link-up play doesn't quite come off today, hey, for East Grinstead.
Well, we're here as commentators. I'm in the seat of wanting to watch the very best hockey. But as long as the final score goes EG's way, then I'm happy for a good quality game.
Who do you think we should be looking out for, particularly on the East Grinstead team today? Who do you think is gonna shine in this one?
I think with a few weeks of GB training under their belts, Ellie Rhea has been very exciting. Scoring a couple of goals out in Argentina, that's not easy to do, and so hopefully she'll bring that confidence today. And the same with Alex Mauser. She's one of those players that is, deceptive and sort of lies in the shadows and then comes out and produces something incredible. So I'm looking forward to a consistent performance from her today. And I think you got to look at Laura Myers as well. We had a couple of, it's hard to let in goals over the last couple of games, but I think she'll have a point to prove this week, and I think she'll keep a really tidy net.
Hannah Cousins as well as a player I've been impressed with since she's returned from injury. How much of an important player is she in the centre of the pitch?
Yeah, I think it's sort of looking at our midfield line as sort of a unit, and so when you've got the connections there, then we become really dangerous. And definitely Hannah Cousins sort of is a big part of that. I also think that Chloe Brown at the back there, she'll probably be playing in fullback today, and her distribution skills, aerials, sliders, all of those, it just adds sort of the next level to this EG team. And if we're all sitting on the same hymn sheet, we are unstoppable.
Certainly proved that on a number of fixtures this season, with 12 wins in total, no draws. 12 wins and 6 defeats, but no draws. Is that just a bit of a quirk in the stats, or is that something you deliberately aim for?
Well, I don't know. I didn't really know that. But I mean, we're a kind of team that we're never settling for a draw. We'll always want to attack with pace, attack hard, and for the last few years, we've always said, we're going to score more than them, and that's been our philosophy, because we want to play exciting hockey. We want the crowd to be enthused. We want the viewers online to be enthused. And we also want to play enjoyable hockey. So that's what we look for.
Speaking of the crowd online and the crowd in the stands, it's just starting to pick up a little bit here on this cold but sunny afternoon in Sussex. Last home game of the season, does that impact on you at all? Do you feel that sort of you want to go that bit extra to sign off with a win on home soil for the last time this season, or does it not really impact on you that much?
I think it definitely impacts. I remember the last home of the game of the season 2 years ago. Actually Bray said in our huddle, she said, we don't know if this will be our last game for a while, and she was absolutely right. And we went out and put out an incredible performance, and I think having it and as an occasion, and given that the two sides lining up here today, it's definitely an occasion. Sun's out. I think this is when the best hockey gets played.
Absolutely. Make sure you stick with us for the next hour and a half or so, because I just get the feeling this one could be a bit of a classic. It's East Grinstead against Surbiton in the Vitality Women's Premier Division. Set to get underway any moment now, and it looks like it will be Sarah Evans beginning proceedings. Recently retired England and Great Britain international, but still playing some of her best hockey at the top of the domestic game. Certainly a Surbiton side stacked full of international caps. But can they overcome East Grinstead? Time to find out, as Surbiton, all in black, their away strip, playing from left to right as we look at it on the screen. Early touch here for Holly Payne, who's been with the club a number of years now, has been influential into so many of their successes, as has Georgie Twig, who passes it on there to Sophie Hamilton, already going on an early run. Already into the circle. Fantastic start here by Hamilton. Great tracking by a defender before Chloe Brown as well to pick it out. And I think that was Harriet Mitchell maybe who tracked Hamilton into the circle, did really well. And there's Cousins, who we mentioned in the build-up as being such a crucial player, and she's going on an early run and winning a free hit. So a compact start by East Grinstead, already nullifying that early threat from Hamilton. That would be exactly the start they would have wanted.
You just see the pace there from Sophie Hamilton. That's something that she's really bringing now.
Certainly a player in the last year or so has really stepped up. Neat turn and pass there. Catherine Boyd, first touch of the game for her, into Bray. Bray in the short sleeves today, braving the weather. Don't quite feel that it's warm enough for short sleeves, but
Ash, got leggings on. Always got leggings on.
who am I to
Floor to
question
score.
Sophie Bray? One of the finest strikers this country has ever produced. Free hit there goes the way of Surbiton, as they look to just establish a bit of possession and control in these early exchanges. That's a nice ball up the line to Hamilton, but easily read by Unsworth. Falls into the path of Evans, who wins it back off the foot. Eventually the play is brought back for the free hit. which Georgie Twig will take. Rio 2016 gold medalist, of course. Here's Evans. Neat turn. Deflected into the circle. Comes last off an East Grinstead stick and goes wide for a long corner to the visitors. First period of real sustained pressure in an attacking sense. Payne from the right-hand side crosses it. It comes all the way. I think it hits Douthwaite's stick and it goes up in the air. Slight shake of the head there from Douthwaite. Don't think she was quite expecting that ball to come to her. It was bobbling from Payne.
Yeah, Meg, someone that I played junior age group with, and she's always been a threat in the circle, and you know, someone who also was under Paul Revington's tutelage in the EDP system and went out to America. But I think we should look out for her today.
Class player. Here's another class player there, Alice Sharp, winning the free hit. Taking it to Twig. Seeing a lot of the ball early on, and Payne once again on that right-hand side can't quite bring it under control, and a chance for Rhea if she wanted to take that one quickly, but instead just elects to leave it, allow her side to resettle and go again. Meltzer there conceding the free hit. Payne looking to take quickly, but good positioning there by LaCourte.
You can see how many numbers are back in that EGD, making sure that we have a strong presence in defence.
This is a Surbiton side, of course, who've scored a lot more goals than pretty much anyone else in the league so far this season. Is that going to be something that's crucial and something that East Grinstead will be very aware of, just making sure they don't concede an early one here?
Yeah, I think it's all about just putting doubt into their minds. So it's about breaking down those, like here. I think that's like Alex Miles has done very well there, because, you know, you let Eloise have that baseline and then it's a goal-scoring threat, but just breaking it down just puts doubt in their minds.
It's a neat interchange there. Payne comes with the cross, well read by Unsworth, I think that was, and Rhea can dribble it away and wins the free hit. Here's Harriet Mitchell, captain the East Grinstead indoor team in the winter. Lovely from Bray, lovely bring down there by Meltzer as well. Sets Rhea on her way down this left-hand side. Steph Elliott coming across the cover. Rhea with pace to burn, goes for the pass, and Elliott reads it really well, showing her experience, her intelligence there, and Hamilton once again with a chance to run. Checked initially by LaCourte, manages to get it away to Evans. Twig, really neat start here by Surbiton. Darcy Bourne with Unsworth for company on this left-hand side of the circle. And there's Courtney Hansford there to tidy up and bring that away. And Robin Bentley goes for the long ball forward, but there is no one there, and that will go out for a Surbiton ball. But certainly so far, East Grinstead looking composed and calm at the back. Let's guess that will be very pleasing for them and the coach.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, we missed Chloe Strong, who was in the first half of the season, a huge part of our back line. So we're just, oh, here we go.
Good interception there by Bray. And Rhea passes it through to Robin Bentley, and it's just wide. What a chance that was for East Grinstead. Brilliant interception initially by Sophie Bray, and Ellie Rhea with the pass. It looked like it just evaded Bray, but it broke beautifully for Bentley, and she just misses the target.
I imagine that one was probably meant for Bray. But fantastic to have numbers in the D. That just kind of shows you what it can do.
First real chance of the game then, in the 6th minute. It's a long raking ball forward there, but Martha Lahore can't quite get there.
These are kind of moments, like I was saying, about putting doubt into the opposition's mind. It's just about building confidence for yourself as well, like those kinds of balls that can get through.
That's 2 of those passes Unsworth has picked out already today. Just brilliant, really, showing her why she's been regarded as a world-class operator for so long. Bray under pressure does really well to turn and win the free hit off Scottish international Robin Collins. Bray across to Brown.
Yeah, it's nice seeing Sophie Bray play a little bit deeper, get more on the ball. That sort of drops in a forward area that she is lethal, but can also stay in the D.
Certainly something I've noticed every time I've watched Soph play this season is how much of that role she is producing, sort of the Harry Kane role, dropping back and linking up play, just doing so much work that often goes unnoticed. Free hit once again to Surbiton. That's easily picked off by Meltzer. She's got Bray ahead of her. Meltzer charging towards the circle. Lovely 3D skills. What can she do? Can she find a cross? She's under pressure. Spins back, and good placement there by Alice Wills and Holly Payne to cut that one out. And Surbiton now with a chance to attack. And here's Taz Cookman, who's got 9 goals for the Twos this season. Transitioned up to the first team. Here's another player who's played in the Twos, Martha Lahore. Plays it back across to Darcy Bourne. On the reverse, what a goal that is! And Surbiton have the lead with a blistering counter-attack, finished off by who else but Darcy Bourne. And just like that, the visitors have the lead.
Yeah, that's an incredible goal, actually, from sort of nothing, really. I thought the ball should have gone much earlier, but it was great that she got to the far post and then just sort of slotted that in nicely on the reverse.
That comes just over a minute after East Grinstead missed a very, very good chance, and Surbiton have the lead. And it was great there to see that 2 players there, Taz Cookman and Martha Lahore, who've both spent a lot of the season in Surbiton's 2s, have scored goals, transitioned up into the 1s, and combined brilliantly to set up Darcy Bourne for that goal there. But for East Grinstead's perspective, I guess that must be a bit of a killer blow coming so soon after that glorious opportunity, Tess.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's a constant battle of momentum, especially in this club hockey. So I think all EG have to do is just put it behind them and just crack on, really. Go and get another, put doubt in Surbiton minds that they're gonna get another one, like exactly how we got here.
It's a lovely ball in towards Bray. Bray under pressure. Slightly unhappy with that decision going against her. It did look like her foot was taken or she was pushed, but umpires don't agree.
Yeah, it's always a physical battle with Surbiton, especially with Sophie Bray and their back line. They always want to try and make sure she knows that she's being marked.
EG really doing well with the pressing and attacking sense here, and they've turned the ball over again in Surbiton's half. That pass into Bray. She does really well to get away from 2 after an initial mistrap. Ball into the circle, just evades Courtney Hansford there, and Sabi Hesh can come out and kick the ball clear. But once again, East Grinstead causing problems for Surbiton as they look to get back into this one. Just over 10 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's the visitors who lead, but once again the ball's turned over. LaCourte plays it in towards Bray, goes on the shot. Great block there by Steph Elliott. But once again, it's one back, and East Grinstead really turning up the pressure here. Unsworth. Bentley, who had that chance a few minutes ago. Unsworth crosses towards Bray. Collins just about gets a stick on it. Payne tries to bring it clear under pressure. Given away once again by Surbiton. The court just goes backwards to Brown. Mitchell. Unsworth operating down this right-hand side for the moment. Lovely pass into Bentley. Bentley under pressure from Sharp. Manages to turn it towards the circle. It's cut out once again, and here's Lahore. And here goes Hamilton once again. Brilliant turn of speed. Briefly checked, but she continues to go. Does the England international towards the circle. It hits the foot of Mitchell, and that's a shame for East Grinstead because Hamilton had actually lost control of that one. Once again, showing her pace.
It's the constant movement of the ball as well. It's almost Lily Owsley-esque. You know, keep moving, keep changing the angle, keep changing the channel. Very impressive.
How difficult is it to play against players like that who just charge at such pace? Ellie Raya as well.
Yeah, I think it's, pace is one thing, in one dimension is one thing. It's when you can add sort of constantly moving the ball, as you can see here, just constantly changing the channel. It makes defenders having to reach.
It's really nice play once again by Hamilton. Free hit one just outside the circle, tries to take it too quickly for the umpire's liking and from the wrong place. Payne, Hamilton. Brown for company, goes for the cross. It's deflected across the circle. Important defensive touch there by East Grinstead.
Yeah, as a attacker, those are the perfect kind of balls that can be played in, just bobbly and nasty.
Hooray, with a neat turn, back again. Showing some really good skill there, the youngster, on the GB EDP books at the moment. Steph Elliott, former England and GB international. Collins. Crash ball into the circle. Evans looking to spin away. It comes to Lahore at the back post. Under pressure by Mitchell. And Mitchell does really well there to block that one. And there's a push. Danger averted once again. Boyd. Tackled there by Cookman. Another lovely piece of skill. Goes to pass through, but Lahore hadn't continued her run and it goes behind. Both sides pressing really well high up the pitch here, and lots of balls being overturned in dangerous positions, but neither side quite able to take advantage just yet.
I love that movement of her feet around the ball there for the attack. Always keep it on your forehand if you can.
Easily intercepted there by Hamilton. Lovely lifted ball into the circle, but once again the runs just aren't quite there. Not quite linking up, which, of course, from an East Grinstead perspective is a good thing.
Almost looks like they're playing the offside rule, like no one behind the defensive line.
Taking a leaf out of Jurgen Klopp's book with that high defensive line. Lovely skill there by Cousins. Charlotte Daly comes across. Prevents Autumn Bowden from getting the ball. Cousins will take. Straight into the foot of Stenner. Play on. Cousins just coming back to Mitchell and now across to Brown. East Grinstead just happy to control possession for a little bit before Brown crashes forward. Bowden goes to touch it on, it hits a foot, and there's an attacking free hit here for the hosts. Brown will take. Unsworth, Maltzer going for the ball, but into the circle, but couldn't quite get enough on it, and it goes out. Three and a half minutes or so left in this opening quarter, and it is Surbiton who lead by 1-0, but it has been a very close affair. Both teams have had good spells of possession. Both teams have had good chances. Here's another potentially for East Grinstead. Bray inside the circle. Once again, Steph Elliott was there to snuff out the danger. She has done very well in this opening quarter.
Yeah, I've been so impressed with East Grinstead's sort of backline movement, and I think that's what's really creating our channels of opportunity here.
Maltzer. Easily tackled there by Evans before Unsworth intercepts the ball forward. Eliza Wheeler there battling for the ball alongside Charlotte Daly, winning the free hit. That Unsworth will take, trying to crash one into the circle, and Elliott's there once again to get in the way. But it's East Grinstead who've turned it over again. Maltzer, what can she do? Ball into the circle to Bray. Bray looking to try and spin himself some room under pressure from Collins. Wins a long corner. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this opening quarter, and East Grinstead looking to find an equaliser. Bring themselves level in this crucial game in the race for the European places. Bray now turning inside the circle. Goes to shoot on the reverse. Saved by Hesh. Not quite cleared. Wheeler trying to find a way through, and Daly does well under pressure to bring it away.
Lovely manufacturing of a shot there, under pressure.
And their cross comes in, and Hesh just has to stand at her front post and kick that one away. Good opportunity there for Sophie Bray. Didn't quite get the connection she wanted, but still East Grinstead attacking. Boyd. Here is Bray. Needs a little bit of help to get out of there and wins the long corner off Payne. Taken by Lacourte. Mitchell. Every person except for Laura Myers camped inside the Surbiton half right now. Plenty of black shirts in the way as that ball is touched on by Cousins, but Boyd hasn't quite read the intention. And Payne will take this sideline ball. As Autumn Bowden almost manages to get a dangerous interception on that one, but Surbiton just about keep hold of it. Free hit is given, hit the foot of the host player. Surbiton just taking a little bit of time getting this one back in. Happy to play the clock down. Lovely piece of skill once again by Hamilton. She's really shone. And she bursts through another tackle here. She's got plenty of space down this right-hand side. Darcy Bourne for company. Mitchell gets an important touch on that one. Just slows down the move. And Unsworth is across to snuff out the danger. But Hamilton once again causing chaos with her direct runs forward as Alice Wills takes the free hit. It's intercepted and East Grinstead have a chance to clear. Autumn Bowden just lifting it forwards. Steph Elliott there once again, reading play beautifully. And that is the end of this opening quarter here. Chances are plenty for both sides, but it's a neat finish on the reverse by Darcy Bourne, converting a blistering counter attack that sees Surbiton have a 1-0 lead at the first quarter mark in this one. Nearly ready to resume action here at St Hill for the second half of this one, and I'm delighted to be joined by Ross Stotts for this quarter. So Ross, what did you make of the opening 17 and a half minutes?
Yeah, I think it was quite a tight affair, mostly Surbiton getting that goal, which EG would be disappointed about, but I would say it's been quite 50-50. Both teams had their chances, and yeah, looking for more of the same, really.
East Grinstead once again turning the ball over and attacking at pace here with Courtney Hansford looking to cross, and once again Steph Elliott's in the way. Deflecting that ball behind for the long corner, which is taken quickly by Cousins. Looking to run down that right-hand side, but Hamilton is there and doing some good defensive work alongside the attacking presence she has been so far in this one. What do you think will have been said to the East Grinstead players in that huddle at the end of the first quarter?
I think just keep doing what they're doing, just try and stop the cheap turnovers that are leading to Surbiton counter-attacking, because I think that's what's causing them danger at the moment, is getting isolated on one-on-one and Surbiton using their speed and skill. And maybe just take a bit more time around their circle to win free hits and upgrades.
A dangerous free hit here through Ellie Raya. Taken from the wrong place. Just gives Surbiton a bit more time to reset as that's taken into the circle quickly by Lacourte. The Argentinian. Under pressure from 3 players, brilliant 3D skills, and lifts that one into the path of Hesh. Hesh, they're appealing, can't quite see what's happening on the goal line there, but it's a scramble and it's away. Hesh was under some pressure there and just about kept that one out. East Grinstead have started this quarter firmly on the front foot, looking to get that equaliser in what really is a must-win game for them, and that's just slightly loose there, but lovely skill there by the Argentinian in the court on the baseline, bringing a save of sorts from Sabi Hesh. Evans captaining Surbiton, as she always does, and that's a lovely turn and pass into the path of Darcy Bourne, goal scorer in this one. With her, I think that was her 18th of the season, which draws her level with Sophie Bray, although I'm sure Sophie won't stay on 18 for too much longer. Robin Collins now, crossing into the circle, but cut out. Harry Mitchell trying to clear, under pressure, 4 Surbiton players around her at one point, and eventually it's won back by Hamilton. Comes back to Elliott. Lovely piece of skill there by Sharp. Goes for the cross, comes into the path of Stenner. Goes to cross the ball and does so illegally, so that is a free hit to the hosts. Danger averted once more. Unsworth now into the path of Cousins, the Welsh international. The lovely piece of skill there to get away from Stenner. LaCourte. Boyd. Lovely pass on this left-hand side to Bray. Bray under pressure from Collins and Elliott. The ball goes behind for a Surbiton restart.
It does seem like every time that Sophie Bray gets the ball, that Surbiton are double teaming her. Obviously, they know that she's a threat and not giving her any space or time to run with the ball and use her skill.
Collision in the centre of the pitch there, but the umpire sees nothing doing and that allows Darcy Bourne to come away with it. And Boyd does really well there to get back up and win the free hit for her team. Mitchell to Boyd. He's had a solid start to this game. Bray there once again coming back into the midfield and helping out. Meltzer with a chance to run, plays it square into Cousins. Cousins does really well there to get away from Hamilton, but just plays it too far ahead of her. However, she was fouled in the process, so it's a free hit. Meltzer. Well tackled by Payne. Payne and Elliott then combining to bring that one clear, and they've certainly had a solid start to this game in defence. Meltzer, though, winning the free hit. Passing into the circle, it just evades Courtney Hansford and goes behind. East Grinstead certainly turning the ball over a lot in Surbiton's territory. I guess that will be a positive sign for them going forwards.
Yeah, it looks like they're full pressing, being really aggressive and having quite a lot of success with winning the ball high up in Surbiton's half. They just need to start turning those turnovers into outcomes, really. They won't get many more chances to keep going like that, but so they need to take one of these chances sooner or later, I would imagine.
They have had a couple of clear chances so far in this game, East Grinstead, if you didn't see them. Robin Bentley shot wide when one-on-one with Hesh, with the first real chance of the game. Sophie Bray's had an effort saved, and here she comes again, and Sophie Bray once more looking to go on the reverse. What a save that is by Hesh as well. Huge chance for East Grinstead. Bray connected really, really sweetly with that, and Hesh read it really well to turn it past the post and out for a long corner. Another chance then comes and goes for East Grinstead. But they are dangerous, showing plenty of attacking threat going forwards. Lovely piece of skill by Darcy Bourne. Can't keep that one in play, and a chance again for EG to attack. Meltzer. Boyd. Happy to just retreat. East Grinstead resetting. Switching from one side of the pitch to the other. It's Robin Bentley trying to get it past Alice Sharp, and eventually the ball strikes a foot, and it's a free hit taken quickly by Unsworth. Bray. Lovely spin and pass into the circle. Bentley under pressure, shoots, saved, and in amongst all that, a foul came in, so it's the first corner of the game to East Grinstead, and a big opportunity for them to draw level in this one.
Robin Bentley not panicking, taking her time in, getting a shot off, but in the process getting a set tackle. And hopefully AG will be able to put this one away and get the game levelled.
Certainly begun this second quarter firmly in the ascendancy, have East Grinstead. The only thing that's been missing is a goal. Can they find it here? Got Rhea and Unsworth, the most likely candidates to strike this one from the top of the circle, which will be injected by Sophie Bray. And it is indeed Ellie Rhea who goes low, saved by Hesh, and does really well to get that away of Bray as well, who's looking to poach on the rebound. But once again, the ball is turned over by Lacourte. She can't quite find a pass into Maltzer, and a good save by Hesh, but I guess one that she would have expected to make. It wasn't the cleanest struck flick from the top of the circle. And here's Hamilton once again, attacking at pace, ball in towards Douthwaite, just avoiding her stick.
Yeah, it looked like that short corner rolling for that deflection from Sophie Bray, just not quite coming off. But it's a routine that gets used quite a lot in hockey these days, and it's very effective once it comes off. But yeah, they'll be disappointed they didn't get that connection correct there, but obviously it's on target, making the goalie make a save, and unlucky not to get the rebound.
Douthwaite picking up that slightly loose pass in the centre of the pitch. Alice Wills trying to find Douthwaite again. It was just behind her. Surbiton now just having a couple of threatening moments. As obviously a player yourself, Ross, if you were in this situation, 1-0 down, your team is having chances but not converting them, would you be getting frustrated, or would you be buoyed that the opportunities were there?
I would be getting frustrated, but that's just me. Yeah, it is frustrating as a player when you're 1-0 down, but you're creating so many chances, but it's just not going in. You do feel like it's going to be one of those games, but all it takes is to get that one chance and one goal, then you've got the momentum again and hopefully get a couple more.
Plenty of momentum coming forward here for East Grinstead as they intercepted the ball once again. Flooding players forward indeed. Once again, Myers in the East Grinstead goal is the only player not inside the Surbiton half for the moment. Maltzer looking to go and create something down this left-hand side. It's a lovely cross into the circle, which was touched on. And Hamilton just got there in front of Rhea, I think that was. Danger coming again down this left-hand side by East Grinstead, causing plenty of issues as Lacourte just about keeps that one in play. Trying to link up there with Courtney Hansford, but that was a difficult pass to control and it goes behind.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a tired pass there. Also, G working hard to keep the ball down there, but just a little bit of tiredness creeping in there with that pass.
Certainly been a pretty fast-paced game, this one, so you could understand why maybe a couple of legs are tired. There's not been too many stoppages. It is still Surbiton who have the lead, but they've been kept quiet so far in this second quarter. As soon as I say that, they go on the attack here with Darcy Bourne. Sophie Hamilton under pressure there from 3 players and just made a bit of a mistake. And East Grinstead can clear, and that's a lovely pass into Bray. Now Rhea, who's not been able to have a chance to run so far, but that's a fantastic run from her, just skimming away past several defenders. Ellie Rhea goes to shoot on the reverse and just avoiding a diving Robin Bentley. And what a goal that would have been. And that's Ellie Rhea at her absolute best there, just charging at defenders. We've seen Sophie Hamilton do that a few times to Surbiton, and that's the first chance that Rhea's got to do it. It almost led to a goal.
Yeah, AGB looking to get Ella in the ball a bit more just for that reason, to use her speed and skill. Definitely a massive threat she's got there. And yeah, AG will be looking for more of that.
Unsworth into Maltzer as East Grinstead go on the attack once more. That ball in towards Bray is just about cut out by Collins. Elliott's with the aerial, which Cookman can't quite control, and Douthwaite instead comes across and wins for Surbiton. And she's happy to just go back to Sharp. I think Surbiton will be happy to just get a period of possession, to be honest. They've been on the defensive for much of this quarter so far. It's Darcy Bourne looking to add to her goal. Cannot do so. We hear the first sound of the drum in this game, and a chance once more for East Grinstead to attack, and Bentley there can't quite bring it under her control. Just under 5 minutes to go in this first half, and it is still Surbiton who lead just by that solitary goal. East Grinstead have certainly had their chances. Hesh has pulled off a couple of great saves in the Surbiton goal. Elliott and Collins just exchanging passes in the Surbiton defence. They just try to take the sting out of this one a little bit. Sharp going on an adventure and is dispossessed. And Rhea once again with a chance to run. Her back was to goal though, so she laid it off for Cousins instead. Cousins cuts inside, gets past one, gets past the second, but not legally so. Elliott just happy to take her time here. No big hurry for Surbiton. Missed trap there by Eloise Stenner, who scored in each of Surbiton's first 3 games of the season, hasn't found the net since. And from East Grinstead's perspective, they'll certainly be hoping she won't find the net once again today. Holly Payne will take this sideline ball, having started off in a more of an attacking sense. She's had to do a lot of defensive work in this second quarter, and potentially more as, once again, East Grinstead turn the ball over in the centre of the park. Malzer turning away from one, trying to fire that ball into the circle, with just too much on it for Eliza Wheeler, and it goes behind.
Yeah, I think I would like to see Malzer just going outside there, use her speed and skill, run around the outside of the defender and attack the baseline. Quite a difficult pass she tried to play there. Almost came off, but for me the better option would have been to run on the outside.
Malzer, of course, who made her senior England debut back in February, having made her senior international debut for Great Britain back in the summer of 2019. Definitely talented back then as well for the future, and proving that at the moment. Here's Unsworth trying to find a pass into Malzer, but it just took a deflection on it. And here's Lahure, who's had a much quieter second quarter than she did in the first, as have a lot of these Surbiton attackers. So ball here played for Lahure to try and get on the end of, and she shows great speed and skill to keep that one in, but Boyd was there to tidy up from East Grinstead perspective. They can clear their lines once again, and Unsworth with plenty of space all around her. LaCourte. Difficult pass for Cousins to control, but she does well. Trying to inject some pace down this left-hand baseline, left-hand side, does well. Free hit goes the way of East Grinstead. Final 2 minutes of this first half. The perfect time for East Grinstead to find an equaliser. They've had their chances. Can they create another 1 or 2 in the remaining seconds? Mitchell crashing that ball into the circle. Collins does well to just get a stick on it, with Sophie Bray looking right behind her. Cousins now. Under pressure from Stenner. Gets the ball into the court. It's a poor pass towards Unsworth, but she does well to get that ball back off Cookman. Trying to win the free hit. Nothing doing according to the umpire, and Evans can now get the ball down this left side to Cookman. Once again, it's intercepted, and once again, East Grinstead have a chance to attack. Malzer, feigning to go one way, goes the other. Cousins. Intercepted once again by Steph Elliott, who's had a fantastic opening half. Former Holcombe player. Now a key fixture in this Surbiton back line. Cousins slightly frustrated at the lack of options, forced to go all the way backwards. Mitchell. Cut out by Cookman. The youngster has an opportunity to attack now down this left-hand side. Just cuts back with Unsworth chasing her down. Neatly read by Lacourt. Wheeler just spray ahead of her. That's a lovely ball into the path of the former England and Great Britain player. And the half-time whistle goes here. And East Grinstead had their chances in that second quarter, but it's still Surbiton who lead by 1-0. Ross, what have you made of the game so far?
Yeah, I think EG will be going to half-time a little bit disappointed not to get at least a goal in that second quarter. But for me, the first quarter was 50-50. Second quarter, I would say it was all EG, but just not able to find that final product, really. But yeah, they'll be disappointed, but I don't see why they can't come out and put that performance again for the second half and get a goal.
Join us in about 10 minutes' time or so as we come back for the second half of this one.
The world is constantly in motion, moving fast, and it all runs on data. By the power of technology, we bring people together, wherever they are, and keep the data they depend on flowing round the clock. Our data center, cloud and mobility solutions support business-critical functions in the most innovative and demanding sectors, from genetic science and cancer research to autonomous vehicles and space exploration. We build automated data centers, driving sustainable energy, helping to conserve our planet. Our technology connects you to the data and the people you need. Safely, securely, and reliably. focus, powering your digital transformation.
Welcome back to our coverage of this crucial game for East Grinstead's women in the Vitality Women's Premier Division. They currently trail Surbiton 1-0 at half-time in this one, but they certainly showed plenty of attacking threat in that second quarter. Just couldn't quite find a goal, but we're hoping to change that scoreline now, as they need at least a point really to keep themselves in that playoff hunt for a European spot. I'm joined once again by Tess Howard. Tess, what were your thoughts on that second quarter?
Hello. I think EG built confidence, actually. I thought that was a really strong quarter. A lot of circle entries.
Earlier chance there for Meg Douthwaite to run forwards, but once again she's surrounded by lots of East Grinstead players. Some big chances in that second quarter. Sabi Hesh forced to make a couple of important saves as well.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that EG are putting the ball in the circle again, like in those areas, trying to find Bray, trying to find Ellie. Like those sorts of balls, we have to keep playing them.
It's a good crowd just starting to build up as well. I've heard some sort of vuvuzela-based instrument going off, a drum going off. Good crowd and good atmosphere starting to build here, and hopefully that will spur East Grinstead on to find that equaliser at the very least in this game. Meltzer there winning the free hit. passing it into Rhea. Rhea, who's been quite quiet so far, but with that one opportunity, she did have to run, forcing almost what was going to be a brilliant goal. A diving Robin Bentley couldn't quite turn it in. It's certainly been the case that every time Surbiton have got on the ball today, they've had so many East Grinstead players around them, and it's really not made life easy for the visitors. Just that one opportunity where they just able to evade that they scored from, with Darcy Bourne converting a very swift counter-attack in the first quarter. This is a lovely opportunity here. And the shot comes in and it comes up right at the back post, and it's just touched away from her by Stenner. Bray still has the ball, can't quite cut in, and Sharp there to bring it away. What an opportunity that was at the start of this
It almost
second half.
looked too casual. I wanted Sophie just to upright reverse that. Here we go again though.
Unsworth passing is cut out by Sharp, who's in the right place at the right time again. A really good opportunity for East Grinstead. I think it was LaCourte who won that ball and worked the space. Her shot was deflected, and yeah, if Bray had gone for that first time, you think she would have scored, but just opted to take a touch. Another chance. Here's LaCourte once again, winning that in quite physical style. Opportunity to Bray. You've got Cousins now on the ball. Maltzer charging to try and keep up with her. Bray as well is up there. Ball eventually finds its way back to Maltzer. Hit Hamilton's foot. Momentum just slightly goes out of the attack, but East Grinstead still in a dangerous position. Brown. Unsworth. Rhea. Just beats into the ball there by Sharp. I asked Ross the same question in the first half, but Tess, from your perspective, a lot of chances coming to East Grinstead, not converting them yet. Would you be frustrated, or would you... I'll finish that question in a moment as Hansford runs into the circle, forces the corner. Second corner of the game for the hosts, and an opportunity to draw level. But yes, that's my question: is would you be frustrated that chances hadn't been taken, or would you just see that as a positive to build on?
I'd be happy that we were getting chances, but throughout a game, as you do get more and more missed opportunities, you do start to get frustrated, of course. But I think, given that it was just the first half, you can go into this with a sort of a fresh slate and sort of clean slate and just go again.
Still got more than half an hour of hockey to play in this one as well, so lots of opportunities for goals.
Yeah, I want to see Ellie Ray get hold of this one and just slot it into the bottom right. I think going keeper stick side is always hard, so I think foot side.
It was Ray who took the flick from the first corner of the game in the first half. She's there at the edge of the circle, but it actually comes across to Unsworth, who goes for the slap load. Well saved. Shot on the reverse by Ray, saved again. Brilliant work by Sabi Hesh. 2 saves in pretty much as many seconds there to keep out East Grinstead. Firstly from the slap by Unsworth, and the second shot by Rhea. 2 more opportunities for East Grinstead. They're getting closer. It's almost a matter of time, it feels like, right now.
Yeah, I love that from Laura Unsworth, actually. Just do something different, puts doubt in their mind again.
As the sun comes out, but not quite on the commentary booth, which is a shame. Cousins looking for the free hit, not awarded, and Surbiton can take control of the ball once again with Collins. Under a little bit of pressure, Bray just about gets a stick on it, but pass managed to get through, and that's a slightly feisty tackle there. And the first card of the game goes to Guadalupe LaCourte.
You could almost see just the unbalanced nature of it going in. That's the only reason why the card's given. It's not particularly bad tackle, it's just the unbalanced nature.
Free hit here to East Grinstead, who've got 10 players for just under 2 minutes, thanks to that green card, and we'll be hoping to keep out Surbiton, as Hamilton there is tackled well by Unsworth, showing her class and her experience. And, free hit conceded by Cousins. Just having a couple of words with the umpire in the last few minutes. Hamilton now goes back to Steph Elliott, who's been fantastic in the Surbiton defence so far. Collins back to Elliott. East Grinstead all camped behind the ball, or in front of it, depending on which way you're looking at it. Here is Sharp down this left-hand side, passed in towards Douthwaite. Douthwaite does well to just about get there and keep that under control. Long corner given to Surbiton. Sharp will take. Elliott once again. Collins, Scottish international. Payne with the ball into the circle, and it's Unsworth once again reading that. Rare now with a chance to run down this left-hand side. Pace to burn. Mouser charging on ahead of her as well. Rare brings it up to the halfway line. Just forced to check back. Stenner doing well to just keep Raya hemmed in there. East Grinstead still have it. Hansford, though, her pass is intercepted, and Bourne can dribble her way past one.
That's all that territory gain just lost in a moment.
Dangerous moments there for East Grinstead with Raya charging. Malzer was there as well, showing good turn of speed, so give an option, but wasn't quite to be. East Grinstead are back up to a full complement of players now, the 2-minute temporary suspension having been served. It's Darcy Bourne, the only goal scorer so far in this game, looking to try and force her way into the circle. Wins a long corner for her team. Elliott. Collins. That's a lovely touch on there by Sophie Hamilton. Couldn't quite find a teammate though. Now Cousins, one player ahead of her, and that's Bray, and tries to find her, but they're not quite on the same wavelength. Collins is across. Still open and flowing this game. It's a little bit more even than the second quarter was.
Yeah, you see, because EG are so deep in their defence when it comes deeper, it means there's a lot of space in behind. We're just not capitalising on it.
Malzer trying to do something to change that narrative, winning herself ball on the side of the pitch. Grinstead just happy to retreat and build up from the back. Brown, Unsworth, Raya touches it on past one. Running now past Hamilton towards the right-hand baseline. Looks to try and cut it back and can't quite get enough of a stick on it. As a green card is shown, I think that's to a Surbiton player for a previous infringement. So Robin Collins now with a 2-minute temporary suspension. East Grinstead with the numerical advantage. Can they make it count as we approach the last 8 minutes in this third quarter? It's still Surbiton who have the 1-0 lead. And Sophie Hamilton under serious pressure there. The ball is robbed, but it falls just about kindly enough for Charlotte Daly, and LaCourte, not long back on after a suspension, gives away the free hit.
I think she's lucky there not to get a yellow card. He did blow that whistle very hard.
Not quite sure the home fans on the sideline quite agreed with the decision to even award the free hit, though. Crowd just building up. Of course, this is the first of 2 big games taking place this afternoon. At 6 o'clock, East Grinstead's men will play their final home game of the season against Old Georgians. It's Ellie Rhea there with a neat tackle on Sharp. Sharp, a lovely piece of skill before finding Hamilton. Hamilton going on the run once again. Unsworth tracking her every movement, tackling her illegally. Free hit to the former Clifton player. Spent a few months in America playing for Yukon Huskies. Sophie Hamilton surrounded by 4 players. She was not going anywhere there. Charlotte Daly with the attempted pass, slightly mishit, but no one up there to force any mistakes. As Hansford just gets in the way of that pass by Payne.
Yeah, it's quite a flat press from EG at the moment, so there's not really no one's really dictating anything, so hopefully Rhea can do something.
It's another poor pass by Daly, and this one's cut up by Autumn Bowden. She can't quite wriggle away from Alice Sharp. It's still East Grinstead who have possession.
We just need to keep this ball moving. Exploit the space in behind.
Brown, that's a lovely pass into Meltzer. Meltzer turns, goes to the 3D skills. That's hit into the body of Sarah Evans, so it's a free hit to East Grinstead. Cousins, no one down the right-hand side offering her anything, so she tries to cut in. Just as she's about to swing for the reverse, the whistle goes for the free hit. Unsworth now. Cousins with a little bit of room. Can she get the ball into the circle? She can. Bowden can't quite bring it under control. And Payne with a chance to run it clear with Cookman and Lahore ahead of her.
I think Surbiton are just showing their steadiness and their composure at the back line there, just making sure EG don't get any joy.
Surbiton back up to a full complement of play as well. Robin Collins back on, having served her suspension. It's a long raking ball forwards, and Lahore almost catching Mitchell slightly unawares there, but it's good composure by the East Grinstead defender. And now we have Brown. Daly getting an important touch on it. Sharp under pressure, winning the free hit for Surbiton. Passing it into the path of Hamilton, who's got two players ahead of her and some space to run into. Sophie Hamilton onto her forehand side, taken wide, and that's off the post. Almost a second goal for Sophie Hamilton and Surbiton there. But the England player, I think that one just clipped the outside of the post and danger averted.
You know, I must say, she has been doing a few of those in training this week, where she gets a bit of time and space and just launches it into the top corner, just sort of like a slice shot almost. So we're quite lucky about that, I think, EG are.
She had two players in the circle that she could have passed to as well, both of whom were unmarked, so maybe she should have gone for the pass, but I guess...
She went for the glory.
I guess she has also scored a number of goals this season, so confidence will be high in front of goal. As it stands, though, it's still just a 1-0 that Surbiton lead by.
It's a delightful ball from Sarah Evans, I just got to say that.
I mean, she's made
stunning.
a career out of passes like that, hasn't she? East Grinstead, though, able to win possession back. Bentley forcing the ball to go out of play off a Surbiton stick.
Yeah, a bit of attacking presence would be really good in the last few minutes of this quarter, just sort of to set the tempo for the next quarter. We just don't want to be on the back foot.
Both teams have had periods of play, 2 minutes each, where they've had a numerical advantage, but does it make that much of a difference, just having an extra player for just 2 minutes? From your perspective, Tess?
I think it's one of those things that, because it's only 2 minutes, you have to be really quick with your tactics. So it's not like a 5-minute yellow where you can, send an extra forward high and capitalise. I think it's really just about seeing if you can get one attack. That's what we would always say. One attack for a 2-minute green card.
Stenner. It's a dangerous ball into the circle. Lahore gets a deflection on it, well saved by Myers. Brilliant positioning by the goalkeeper there to keep that one out. And Bray now. Meltzer charging ahead. Fantastic turn of pace here by Alex Meltzer. She's under pressure. She cuts back inside. Bray now. Oh, and that's really well intercepted there by Alice Wales. Outstanding pace, though, from Meltzer.
Yeah, that's what she can do. That's what she can do. And the ball through from Bray as well just floated perfectly into her stride.
Unsworth looking for support ahead of her. Instead goes back to Brown. East Grinstead just a little bit stuck. 2 minutes to go in this quarter. They still trail to the host by 1-0. Need a point at least to keep their European hopes firmly alive. Surbiton, a point for them will be enough to clinch the title. Payne. Easily cut out by Wheeler. LaCourte. Unsworth once again. Brown. Frustration there coming out from Unzi. As Darcy Bourne wins that one Scorer of the only goal so far in this game, looking to find a second as she finds a way into the circle eventually. Under pressure from Mitchell, deflected on that shot. Sails over the fence into the trees. Might not get that ball back for a little while. Surbiton looks to try and add a second at the end of this quarter. Evans under pressure from Wheeler, wins the free hit, takes it quickly, gets in towards the circle, shoots, saved. Really well done once again by Myers, and the ball strikes the foot of, I think that was Lahure.
Love that from Sarah Evans, just turning, winning the free hit and turning and going. And EG didn't really know what to do.
Bentley coming into a more defensive position to pick the ball up there. Harriet Mitchell and Brown just interchanging passes, looking for something ahead of them, not too much happening. Autumn Bowden with some good show of strength there to win the free hit.
We need some height here.
Bourne comes across and knocks that one out. Last few moments of this third quarter. Is there time for one more shot for East Grinstead? No, there isn't. Well, it's a quiet quarter really in front of the goal for the hosts. Not what they wanted at all, and they still trail here by 1-0. Almost time to get underway for the last time in this game. East Grinstead trailing Surbiton 1-0. And we've just looked up the other scores in the Vitality Women's Premier Division today. Wimbledon were victors in their game, and they were 4th in the table on 35 points, but that would take them to 38 points. And we believe Hampstead were beaten by Beeston, which really excites and lights up the race for Europe. So as things stand, it will be Wimbledon on 38, Hampstead on 37, East Grinstead on 36, heading into next weekend. But East Grinstead really will want at least a point from this game. Sophie Bray here looking to get something early at the start of this final quarter. Elliot comes across and does well to win the free hit. And I'm joined again by Ross Stott. Ross, what are your thoughts going into the last 17 and a half minutes of this game?
Yeah, I think EG will be looking to put more pressure on and have more possession. But I think, like Tess said, you just need like one chance to take that and take it. But still, we're a very good team, and they'll be looking just control this last quarter. But I think on the EG side, they just can't panic or rush it. I mean, there's still 16 and a half minutes to go, so plenty of time to get a couple of goals. Just need to keep doing what they're doing.
Indeed, plenty of hockey still to be played in this one, and East Grinstead have had their chances. They've had a couple of corners. Sabi Hesh has made a few saves and Conversely, at the other end, Laura Myers has made a couple of crucial blocks in that third quarter as well to keep the scoreline just at 1-0. So both teams here will not be settling just for things as they are. Lovely turn of pace there by Stenner into the path of Hamilton, who's had a really great game, and that was a dangerous ball into the circle, but Unsworth, as she always does, reads it so well. Brings the ball out of the circle towards the baseline where she's hemmed in. Wins the free hit for East Grinstead. So as we mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, as things stand, the race for Europe is still very much on for East Grinstead. They would move down to 4th if things were to stay this way, but victory over Hampstead next weekend and Wimbledon not winning would be enough, it seems. But they'll definitely want at least a point from this game, and they've still got 15 minutes to try and find something. Here comes Surbiton though with Darcy Bourne crossing dangerously, and Unsworth once again turning that one behind. Surbiton here putting on the pressure. Here's Holly Payne, can't quite keep that one in play. Chance for East Grinstead to mount an attack from the back. Catherine Boyd looking to take on Darcy Bourne, no way through, so she's forced back to Harriet Mitchell. Mitchell into Boyd once again. Calls from both sets of coaching staff at the moment to just quicken things up a little bit, and that's what Maltz is doing. Lovely 3D skills to get away from one. Her pass isn't quite heavy enough to reach the court, and here's Bourne spinning, turning, passing. Douthwaite spinning herself back towards Evans. Wills. Elliott. Collins. Back to Steph Elliott. Such a solid game she's had so far, and that ball in is just about cut out by Boyd. Under pressure, does well, does the youngster. Some cheering and celebrating over in the stands. Not quite sure it was about the on-pitch action. It looks like someone's trying to play the trumpet unsuccessfully from a distance anyway. Back to the on-field action. Here's Hamilton with a nice pass across to Wills, who couldn't quite control it. Payne. Ball into the circle, all the way through without a touch. Someone's managed to make a sound out of the brass instrument. Looks like a trumpet from a long way away. The atmosphere growing, fantastic to see. The crowds coming in ahead of the last quarter of this game, and East Grinstead men last game as well at home this season as Raya gets away from one, eventually wins the free hit. Cousins takes it quickly, goes through one challenge, looks to get through another, and corner awarded there to East Grinstead, their third of the match. First two efforts have produced saves from Sabi Hesh. Will it be third time lucky for the hosts?
I'm not convinced that was a corner, but we'll take it. Just hopefully they could put this one in the net.
It'll be Sophie Bray to inject once again. And once again it's Rhea and Unsworth at the top of the circle. First corner came back to Ellie Rhea, who flicked low into Sabi Hesh's right. The goalkeeper did well to save. Before the second corner was a slap by Unsworth, which Hesh saved, and then the subsequent rebound from Rhea. What will happen on this one? Time to find out. Cheer of support there from the crowd. Bray ready to inject. Comes back. Rhea flicks it low, saved again by Hesh. Stepping out well to her right and getting a good pad on that. Grinstead trying to win the ball back high up in Surbiton's half, and they do so with Unsworth. Courtney Hansford winning the free hit, turning away from one. Forcing another free hit just on the right-hand baseline. which will be taken by Unsworth. Unsworth easily read and tackled there by Sharp. It's not easy for Surbiton to clear this one. Plenty of pressing coming in by East Grinstead. They've done well to work themselves out of a tight corner, and now they have a chance to attack with Stenner. Stenner with Maltzer and Boyd for company, forced to check back. And turns away, lovely turn to get away from Maltzer. But Maltzer and Boyd did well there to hem in Stenner down that right-hand side. Hamilton under pressure from Brown. Here is Maltzer to Unsworth. Unsworth looking for support. Goes across to LaCourte. LaCourte into Maltzer. Maltzer turning on the pace once again, looking to find a way into the circle. Lovely 3D skills once again to work away from a player. Maltzer got the shot and it's off the post. And it took a deflection as well, so it's a long corner. Another good opportunity there for East Grinstead.
I think that's what Surbiton are good at. They've also got two people around the ball defending, especially Steph Elliott as a... Oh.
And a foul there on Ellie Rea. Fourth corner of the game to East Grinstead.
Not sure that was a corner again, but we'll take it. But yeah, I was saying that Steph Elliott is really good at, as a sweeper, coming in and helping our teammates out and double teaming, which has proven to be very well other than that moment there, which she got a corner against her for something. Don't know why, but hopefully AGL can take advantage of it.
The home fans definitely appreciated the awarding of that corner. I think Wes Jackson might have just been able to make a tune out of the trumpet, much to the elation of those around him.
You can see how red Wes's face is from here. He's also blowing hard on that trumpet.
Meanwhile, it's Cousins to inject this corner. Bray taking a roll on the edge of the circle this time. It comes back towards Ellie Rea, who flicks really well, charged down by Stenner. Another corner awarded though. Another chance for East Grinstead to get themselves level in this one. Big opportunity here for the hosts, and felt for much of the game like it's just about time for them to score. They've had lots of chances. This would be the perfect moment for them to find that equaliser, setting up a grandstand last 8 minutes or so. Comes back this time to Unsworth. It's a missed trap at the edge of the circle. Rea still with a shooting opportunity, trying to work it on the reverse. Out comes Sarah Evans there, and the danger's averted, and that's a glorious opportunity that's gone to waste there. That'll be frustrating for East Grinstead.
Yeah, you got to think that AGL need to take advantage of one of these corners soon. I think it's like the fifth one they've had, and I think they've only had like one or two clean shots well. So definitely something to be looking to take advantage of when they can.
Sophie Bray putting on the pressure, winning the free hits. Chance for EG to get forward once again. Cousins, lovely turn, brilliant skill by the Welsh international. Charging towards the circle, she's still got the ball under her control. Tries to pass it into Rea, but it's just not quite got enough on it. And Surbiton can get it away once again. Payne. Wills, lovely pass. Hamilton with some room to run, gets it through the legs of Brown. Can't quite get past Cousins though. Free hit goes the way of East Grinstead. 7 minutes to go in this one, and it's still Surbiton who have the 1-0 lead. And as things stand, they will be crowned champions once again. But still a long, long way to go in this one. Here's Cookman attacking down this left-hand side. Lovely 3D skills to get away from one. A cut across is cut out by LaCourte, and then First corner of the game is awarded to Surbiton. Not quite sure what that was for on first viewing. But a chance for the visitors to double the lead and almost take the game out of the reach of East Grinstead.
Yeah, that's another confusing corner in this game. Absolutely no idea what that's for. I don't think anyone really knows what that one was for, but our players also got a better view than us up here, so obviously saw something.
Just looking at who's lining up at the top of the circle. Elliott and Evans and Bourne. All ready to get on the end of this one and try and increase Surbiton's lead. Evans and Bourne look the most likely. It's a slightly loose interjection there, and that's a really good tackle by Rhea. And now it's a chance for Malzer to break as she skins Cookman. Malzer with 2 up in support. Wheeler and Cousins racing forward. Malzer trying to cut back inside the circle, spins across and it's just behind a teammate. Another big opportunity for East Grinstead there to try and force a shot at goal. Goes a miss. Great running there from Ellie Ray to charge down that corner. Big 5 minutes to go here in this one. As things stand, East Grinstead would drop down to 4th in the table, but would still be firmly in the hunt for a European spot. But they'll want to get that point and just make their lives slightly easier when they go to Hampstead next week. Cousins trying to find it away into the circle. Sophie Bray shoots on the reverse. Oh, it's high and wide. Massive opportunity for Bray there once again. She's had a couple of those today. Forced Abby Hessian to a couple of good saves, but that one just not quite balanced enough, and it goes high and wide. It's a long ball forwards by Surbiton though, that just go straight out of play. They cede possession once again to East Grinstead. They've got the crowd behind them now. Bray turning away from one, lovely piece of skill, looking to go into the circle. Can she find a room to take a shot? No, she can't. Collins gets it away. 4 minutes to go in this one, and the pressure's really ramping up. East Grinstead desperate to find their equaliser and get something from this one. Malzer crosses into the path of Bray, shoots, charged down brilliantly by Evans. What a piece of defensive work that was by the captain of the Surbiton team. But Bray, everything's falling to her now. Can she get that equaliser? She's been on red hot form so far this season.
I've got a feeling that a goal is going to come fairly soon for EG here.
All the momentum is with the hosts. Unsworth with a long corner. Brown back to Unsworth. Rhea has had a quiet game by her standards, but only needs one opportunity. As does Sophie Bray. Cousins, crash ball across the circle. Slightly bobbly, picked up by Bray. Bray turning past one, turning past two, getting past the third, trying to dribble towards the circle. Tackle coming in there by Alice Sharp. Calls from the fans for a corner, not so from the players on the pitch. Malzer winning the ball off Hamilton. Malzer trying to square it across. Free hit given. I thought he'd awarded a corner then. Malzer pass into the circle, cut out by Steph Elliott. But Malzer wins the ball back. Fits a foot just outside the circle. Play is continuing as it the court. A slightly chaotic period of play here. The court spinning, gets it back across. Rhea showing good strength to continue to win that ball back. Wins the free hit off Collins. Unsworth on this right-hand baseline looks to cut it across. It hits the hand, but the hand was attached to the stick, so it's a corner, a long corner to East Grinstead. Just over 2 minutes to go in this one. They're piling on the pressure. Someone not quite sure what's happening there. Oh, Laura Myers is coming off, Hansford's coming on, so East Grinstead without a goalkeeper, 11 outfielders. Something slightly strange man appeared on the pitch then, wasn't quite sure what's going on, but never mind. So 11 outfielders, no goalkeeper for East Grinstead. Cousins can't quite burst away into the circle. 2 minutes remaining still in this one, according to the scoreboard away to my left. Sharp will happily just keep this one in the corner for as long as she can. Under pressure from Unsworth. Long corner conceded by Surbiton. Brown. Mitchell. So many players inside the circle, so congested, and that one is picked off, and Surbiton have a chance to clear it. Stenner does well there to win the sideline ball for Surbiton. I feel like this game's got one more big opportunity in it. Bowden intercepts the court, trying to find Hansford, couldn't quite. Wins the free hit though for a foul. Home fans certainly enjoying this one, but that's a loose pass by LaCourte, and Payne can clear. Stenner turns away from one, got Douthwaite for support. And now Sophie Hamilton. Hamilton happy to just check back. The chants coming in from the home crowd, giving the players as much momentum as they can, and Hansford is on the ball once again, fighting her way, trying to get a pass in, but Evans is there. East Grinstead still have possession. Unsworth now. Pass is intercepted. Surbiton plays just in the right place at the right time at the moment, as they have been all game. Collins, Sharp, Elliott in particular in that defensive line, and Payne have all had fantastic games and really thwarted East Grinstead. It's a loose clearance though. Free hit coming just outside of the circle. Must be into the final minute or so of this one. Unsworth takes the free hit quickly. Gets the ball into the circle. Appeals. Ellie Rea shoots on the reverse, is wide! Massive opportunity for Rea. And it took a deflection. It took a deflection on its way wide. Umpire just put a stop to proceedings just for the moment, explaining something to Sophie Bray. We're back underway though. No, we're not.
Quite chaotic in the last 2 minutes.
Certainly
Love
been
it.
a lot to commentate on.
Absolutely love it.
Hockey at its best. Massive opportunity for Red. Shot deflected wide. One more chance still, maybe. That's a loose pass from Mitchell, forcing Brown backwards, and she's got Hamilton for company. And that will allow Surbiton to flood out. And that is the end of the game. And what a game it's been. East Grinstead had lots and lots of opportunities. East Grinstead had lots of opportunities, but a goal in the opening quarter from Darcy Bourne was enough for Surbiton to take the victory, and that means the race for Europe will continue to next week. East Grinstead still in with a shout, but they have to beat Hampstead and Westminster and hope Wimbledon do not pick up a point or more in their game. And of course, the victory for Surbiton today does mean that they are league champions for the 8th time. So congratulations to them. Thank you for joining us for this commentary, and make sure you stick around because at 6 o'clock, East Grinstead's men will be taking on Old Georgians.
If you are going to come and watch, can you just make sure you're on the far side of the pitch, not where the dugouts are, as that's for players and staff only, and spectators are on the far side. Thank you.